Good morning. We are here at UP Diliman Institute of Biology with Dr. Ian Fontamilla. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Let's start the interview. What does a biologist do?
A biologist studies life, so the processes involved in living organisms, how they reproduce, how they grow, how they react to the environment, how they evolve, how they adapt. So all these processes biologists study.
Hi, sir. Next is, why did you choose or what inspired you to choose this profession?
Actually, when I was an undergrad or even in high school, I always thought I'd become a doctor. So at that time, the natural course was to take biology as a pre-med course. And then later on, I found out that biology is interesting in itself. And then there are many avenues to go to aside from medicine. And I decided to go to teaching and research.
I see. What training or schooling did you need?
Uh, well, as a biologist, at least from our perspective, biologists must conduct research to build on to previous knowledge. And because of this knowledge and all this information, we could make informed choices about ourselves, about the environment, about many issues in fact. So we have to do research, we have to conduct research, and and then because of that, we went through a rigorous training. So in our BS biology program, we were trained to be critical thinkers. So we have to be rigid with our scientific method when we do research, and we have to be objective. And then after my BS, I went to master's program to further my studies. And then further on, I took PhD. So this is the natural course of a scientist: BS, and then master's, and then PhD.
Um, what is it like studying biology?
It's very fun. It's varied. It's not an 8 to 5 job. There's always something new to do. We get to different places. We get to do different work in the lab, and we get to meet new people.
What are some of the important contributions of a biologist?
Well, I can speak only for myself. In my case, we study Philippine species of living organisms, plants, animals, fungi. In my case, I focus on animals. And then, in order to catalog all the different organisms in the Philippines, especially those that are endemic, meaning those only found here in the Philippines and nowhere else, we catalog them by looking at their DNA sequences. So we barcode these animals using the DNA sequence.
Wow. In your opinion, sir, what is your most important project or achievement?
What's my important achievement? I think my most important achievement is to at least make students understand biology, make students understand that we are all very, very similar to one another. All animals, all plants, all humans, we are all interrelated. And I think that's the greatest contribution I could do, to impart the knowledge. But if I'm going to be specific, what I have contributed based on my research, I think it's my our my and my colleagues' contributions to DNA barcoding Philippine endemic species.
Yes. Um, what are some of the tools that you use as a biologist?
Okay, for my work, we extract DNA from organisms and then we amplify. It's like photocopying a specific gene segment, and that is what we use as standard barcode. So we use typical PCR machine over there. We use we do gel electrophoresis, and then we sent our samples abroad for sequencing because it was cheaper. And then we also have a repository of all those specimens that we have barcoded in these ultra low freezers and then in the museums. So we have voucher specimens of all the individuals that we have processed. And then, yeah, I mean, our equipment are not that too high tech or too expensive. They are quite ordinary impact. And I think it's more of the people that are more important in this kind of research. We need more people to work with us. Equipment, they can be replaced. They are not that expensive. And we in fact encourage different universities across the Philippines to join us in our DNA portfolio.
Okay, sir. What do you enjoy most as a biologist?
When we find something exciting, something new, when we come up with a new information, it's very exciting. Especially when it goes against what we previously know. So that's one thing about science. With science, you build on previous knowledge. Nothing is absolute, except that you have to learn. You have to learn these new ideas. You have to gather these information to come up with new hypotheses, new ideas, and you test them. Right? It's fun.
How can you encourage others to take up biology?
Well, one primary consideration of any individual, of course, is the stability of the career stability, and that's a valid concern. But as a biologist, there will always be so many things out there to learn, to discover. So you won't be out of a job. You won't be out of job. And biologists also have to transmit their knowledge through teaching. In the case of students, like teaching universities or schools, at the same time, we also need to transmit our knowledge to the greater scientific community by publishing papers. So we encourage people by saying that in the scientific career, there will always be something new out there to discover. And if you work as a scientist or as a university professor, I don't think you will be out of a job. It may not be as financially rewarding as a lawyer or doctor, but nevertheless, we live comfortably. But more importantly, we should have the passion for knowledge, and we should view the scientific career as, as a source of rewarding income. You should have passion for it.
Prospective-wise, what are your projects or plans in the next 5 years?
Oh, I could tell you in the next 20 years or 30 years because we will never run out of species in the Philippines to study. So I can tell you in 5 years time, 10 years time, 20 years time, our work will never be complete. There are still so many species, so many undiscovered species. That's why we are encouraging other institutes, other universities to work with us. I know for a fact we have some colleagues and friends from the University of Santa Tomas, Dr. Alejandro, who's working into plants, specific medicinal plants. So, and then we also have colleagues from UP Manila and UP Los Baños, LaSalle, who are working on various groups of organisms, and I think this should be encouraged.
Lastly, is there anything you'd want to advise to our students as a biologist and naturalist?
Be happy with what you do. If that is your passion, your calling, then go for it. I know we experience a lot of students who want to go into this field, but they are forced by their parents to go into medicine. So when they go to medicine, they are divided where they should pursue because either because they want to fulfill the wishes of their parents, and on the other hand, they will also be unhappy because they are not doing what they really want to do or what they are passionate about. So it's important to find your passion because when you do some work and you're passionate about it, you wouldn't feel like you're working.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Are you happy with
Oh yes, definitely I'm happy. I'm happy with my students. So that's one thing about my job. The students come and go, but they always bring something to us. Aside from us important knowledge, then they always have something to give us in return.
Okay, sir. On behalf of my group, I would like to give you some token of appreciation.
Ay, salamat. Yan pala yung bitbit yung ano.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Thank you, sir,
Thank you.
for giving us your available time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.